Okay. Good morning. I'm Terry Zelen, and I'll be the speaker today for you. And we're going to talk about sealing the deal with retargeting. And you want to know what retargeting is. It is an innovative way to actually remind visitors to your website who have come to your website and left about your business and your homes. And that's a great way for you to keep in touch with those people who have left the website going forward. There's only about 2% of people who visit your website who will convert the first time that they visit. The other 98% you either lose, or if you use retargeting, you can actually recapture those people by getting them to come back to your website and pushing ads to them on the internet after they've left your site, and you're using retargeting tools to do that. How does it work? There's a number of steps to set up retargeting, and it's fairly simple. The first thing that you'll do is you'll add a tracking pixel, and that's code that's embedded in your website. Either your your provider, your partner in retargeting will supply that pixel code for you to install, or they actually can install it for you. And once installed, the tracking can then start. And what happens in that case is a cookie is dropped into each one of the people who visit your website. It'll be dropped into their browser, which allows you to track them after they've left your site. The tracking of your potential clients are done by the software itself. That is where the code comes into play. It is now following them around the internet, and they are being tracked onto all the websites that they visit over time. The beauty of it is every time they hit a website that has within the portfolio of your retargeting partner, it allows them to push an ad to that person on a third-party website such as Zillow, Trulia, Realtor.com, or even Weather.com or similar sites to that. One of the great parts of retargeting is it allows you to reconnect and remind. Reconnecting with them is through the ads that you're pushing to them over time. As long as the cookie is embedded in their browser, it continues to push ads to them on different websites that they visit over time. And it allows you to remind them to come back to your website and about your company, your brand, and your homes as well. This also allows you to do personalized messaging. You can understand through analytics who's actually engaging with those ads, who's clicking on them and coming back again. The cookie tells you they've come back. You can trigger something new, which allows you to actually customize ads. So let's say somebody's been to your website twice. Now you can use the ads to trigger a new ad, and that ad may say something to the effect of, come back and purchase from us now, and we'll give you free countertop upgrades, or an upgrade to flooring or cabinetry. So it allows you to customize that message rather than just having it be the same set of ads that you've already started out with. And then connect and convert. By connecting with those people over time, by continually pushing ads in front of them, the hope is that they'll come back to your website and purchase from you rather than purchasing from your competitors. And the conversion rates are much higher because you have kept in touch with them over time and presented your business and your homes. Next thing is the benefits of retargeting, which there's several that are very important. Precise targeting is one of the key factors that retargeting offers you. You're no longer doing a shotgun approach to figure out who's actually listening to or viewing and interacting with your ads. You know who's doing that. If they click it, they come back. It triggers and lets you know that those people are highly engaged. So you want to continue to push new messaging to those individuals that are the most engaged and spend your dollars there. Improving engagement. You can improve the engagement through an interaction through the ads. No longer have they come to the website and just left and not to be reached out to or contacted again because you didn't have an email or whatever. You can continue pushing ads to them so you can improve the engagement with those potential buyers. And then third is increase conversions. Again, because you've stayed in front of those people, continue to push ads, you've increased your awareness of your brand and your homes, and the goal is to do more sales. A number of different types of retargeting or forms of retargeting. The first one is called on-site. And on-site is the most common, it's the most cost-effective, and it's the most effective. Someone has come to your website, the cookie's been dropped onto their browser, and then you follow them across the internet. You continue to push ads to them over time. You can push ads on websites. You can push them onto desktop computers, mobile devices such as smartphones and tablets. You can even push ads onto Facebook and other social platforms that allow for it, and in-app. So you have an app on your phone or a game or a tool. You'll see ads in those. You can push ads directly into those because of the cookie that's dropped in and the network that you're using with your retargeting partner. Contextual is the next type of next form of retargeting, and that is where you're actually watching which keywords and phrases people are using to search online. So they have not come to your website, they may not be familiar with your company, but they're doing searches and using specific keywords such as new homes, new construction, homes for sale, or searching for a specific competitive home builder or a community. You can see they're typing in words that clearly indicate that that person may be in the market for a home. So we can drop a cookie onto their browsers, track them across the internet, push ads to them in hopes of converting and getting them to come to your website and at least consider your home product as part of their decision. Next one is behavioral. Behavioral is very similar to contextual in that we are watching, rather than keywords, we're watching where they're going. So we're looking to see if they're going to a community website, a competitive builder's website. Are they going to Zillow and doing searches there? So again, they're doing actions rather than keywords, but similarly, we can drop a cookie onto their browsers and follow them around, push ads to them again in hopes of converting them. And then next is IP address targeting. This is relatively new. What you can do is, if you have a database of people who have come to your website, they filled out a form either at one of your sales offices, at a model, or on your website, you've built up a database of contacts. So all of those email addresses you can actually take and upload into the dashboard of the retargeting company that offers you that. Not all of them will offer this particular service, but the ones that do will now take those email addresses and try to tie them to an IP address. So every device, such as a smartphone, a desktop computer, a laptop, a tablet, all has a unique IP address. Every one of them has a unique IP address. What the software does is actually takes and finds out where that IP address resides and what email is associated with that residence, ties the two together, and now you're doing very direct ads to these people. You know they've been to the website, they filled out a form, they're certainly an engaged and very likely buyer. So now you can put a different campaign together and push it just to those people who have taken that next step, if you will, rather than just visiting the site and have actually filled out a form, called, or been into one of your sales locations. So it's very much more targeted. And then prospecting. Prospecting is a unique approach that you can use retargeting for, in that you can understand who your buyer profiles, who those buyers are consistently, and take that same criteria, give it to your retargeting company, and they will go around the area that you designate as what you would choose to market out to, and they can identify other people who fit that criteria. They may not know of your company, they may not be in the buying mode right at the moment, but they are other people that you can potentially reach and bring into your fold and add to potential buyers down the road. So it's a great tool. And then the types of retargeting ads, there's actually 3 different types. Static ads, which are the most common again. It's just a banner ad that it just has an image and text and a call to action. They're the most cost effective because of the 3, the retargeting companies charge based on the interactivity and the engagement. So there's a lot of discrepancy, a lot of discussion whether the static ads and then animated ads, which is the second type of ads, which one is more engaging. Some studies show that animated perform better, some show that the static perform just as well. The animated ads cost a little bit more to run, Not all websites will accept you using animated ads, so you actually have to provide a static ad in addition to the animated ad, which the retargeting company will automatically push the appropriate format to the website in question. And then the third form is video. Video is great because it's very, it's more engaging, it's more visual, and we as humans are visual creatures, so video is naturally going to be a more intriguing form of advertising to us. However, video, again, is going to be more expensive yet than the animated or the static, and not all websites will allow for it, so you're going to have to push out a static ad as well as a backup. And then retargeting strategies. There's a number of different strategies that you use retargeting for. The first one that we've used for a number of clients is called increasing your brand awareness. The brand awareness is always something that you want to push as a company. You want to increase your reach and remind people about your brand over time. So this is a great tool to do that. The second one is improving conversions by pushing the banner ads out to people and reminding them of your company and your brand. You are increasing your chances of converting them to a sale rather than them coming to the website once and leaving, never to return. And then the third one is prospecting for buyers again, taking those profiles that you know that match your existing buyers, pushing that data out to your retargeting company and allowing them to go out and seek other people in the marketplace that may match those profiles. And it doesn't work. That's the big question. The 30% of clients, or not clients, consumers have a positive take on banner ads. They are not offended by them, they're not turned off. Like, email has gotten so saturated now that people just are overwhelmed with it. Whereas 30% of the people have a positive look at banner ads, 60% are basically, they're not against them or for them, so they're relatively neutral, and only 10% said that they were, opposed to banner ads. So 90% are still open to the ads, which is a great percentage to use. 43% of website visitors are more likely to convert if you use retargeting programs, because you have pushed ads to them over time and you have reminded them of your brand and your home's products, and they will more likely convert than not. And then 10x, 10 times higher click-through rate for banner ads from retargeting than a traditional ad. So let's say, for instance, they're on a website and they see a banner ad from a company that they've never seen before. They're not going to engage with that one as much as they would engage with yours because they're familiar with your brand, because they've been to your website. The standard click-through rate on banner ads presently is 0.07%. With retargeting banner ads, it's 0.7, so a significant increase in engagement, which is really great. 70% of marketers that were surveyed use retargeting for actually brand building, brand awareness. So of 1,000 different marketing agencies that were interviewed, 70% of them utilized retargeting just for brand awareness, which is key. And then, what's the cost of retargeting? Excuse me. $500 will give you a reasonable launch on a retargeting campaign program. You can do it for much more, significantly more, to get much greater reach, but it's realistic to be able to start one with $500, as little as $500. And the only additional cost that you might have is the cost of the production of the banner ads. Your team, your creative department, or your ad agency can develop those for you, and some of the retargeting firms actually offer the service of developing the ads themselves. And then, when is the right time to consider retargeting? The standard is that you get at least 500 unique visitors to your website. There are others that say they want to see more, 1,000 or 1,500, but realistically, you can use as little as 500. You need to get to that point before you're really going to see the benefit of retargeting. Fewer than that, it's just not really worth your time and effort, and certainly not the budgeted dollars to do so. And then, what are the key takeaways from retargeting? And they're pretty simple. It's target smarter, engage better, and convert higher. These are the three key elements of what you want to try and achieve through the campaign that you develop. And you can actually run multiple campaigns and test them to see which campaign actually produces more engagement and clicks. You should always try and do an A/B split testing when you can. And that's pretty much my presentation for the day. I really appreciate you coming out. If you'd like to learn more about whether retargeting is something that would be great for your company, please feel free to reach out and we can help you with that. We also offer a free marketing assessment on thepunchlist.com where you can sign up and we'll take you through an actual assessment of your marketing efforts to date and see how we can potentially improve what you're doing and increase your sales and your brand awareness.